Hi folks, welcome to today's Coffee with Jesus. We're still looking at the feeding of the 5,000. Wonderful story. I think when I'm done here, actually, it's a beautiful day today. I may head off to go for a swim because my back's killing me and swimming helps. So, we are at verse 8. John chapter 6, we'll read verses 8 and 9. Because Philip has said, it's going to take half a year's wages. And then Andrew speaks up. So let's read this, John 6, 8 and 9. Another of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, spoke up. Here's a boy with 5 small barley loaves and 2 small fish. But how far will they go among so many? You can really appreciate where he's coming from. The boy has 5 barley loaves, 2 small fish. That's the only food they could find. That's like me saying at the end of after a service or something, and we've got a meal afterwards. Well, look, I've got a bag of crisps. It's not going to go very far. So he's looking at the resource, and he's thinking, we just can't do this. We just don't have enough resources. Now, I want you to notice the details, because this is really important. So Andrew said the boy had barley loaves. Now that's significant. Why? Because of this. In 2 Kings chapter 4, verses 42 to 44, a man from Baal Shalahish, bringing the man of God 20 loaves of barley bread baked from the first ripe corn, along with some ears of new corn. Give it to the people to eat, Elisha said. How can I set this before 100 men? His servant asked. But Elisha answered, give it to the people to eat. For this is what the Lord says, they will eat and have some left over. Then he set it before them, and they ate and had some left over, according to the word of the Lord. So here's Elisha with 20 loaves of barley bread, managing to feed 100 men, and there's stuff left over, and it was a miracle. But here's Jesus, 5,000 plus, maybe 10,000 people in total or more, with 5 small loaves, not 20 loaves. And a couple of fish, and there's going to be 20 left over. Now, interestingly, in those days, barley loaves were considered to be the poorest quality of bread. This was not sourdough. Everything in Australia seems to be sourdough. I'm fed up with sourdough, but and the boy is not carrying these large loaves of bread and large fish. This is in his piece bag. I've got my piece bag here, which my good lady pack some lunch for me today. I get my packed lunch now. These would have been small loaves, like small cakes. The fish would have been small fish that were used to give some flavor, like sardines or smoked herring. In other words, the point is, the boy only had enough food for his own lunch. Limited resources. And Jesus is asking them to do an extraordinary thing. Well, the point of the miracle is not to give us a wee moral parable, but nonetheless it is still the case that we can learn a great deal from this, and especially those of us who are Christians who have limited resources. I feel we have very limited resources here. I think the Lord says, you take what I've given you, you use it, and let's see what God will do. I keep being reminded of this, some 30, some 60, some 100-fold. All right, I am going to love you and leave you, and hopefully see you again tomorrow. Bye.